So I left the discussion at this method which is instance. Let's just see what it is. Like, no, is instance. Just like we always say that object is an instance of class, right? So here my object is S. Now let's just see, is it an instance of student? Yeah, it is true. It will turn true or false, right? So let me say that there's some another class ABC. See, it's not an instance of ABC, so it will return false. Now, one very interesting thing is that just not tell me, should it be true or false? It should be true because the object of this will also be an object of this. Again, coming back to that car example. Now, like I said, that there is a class car. Now there are other classes which are inherited, which is Hyundai, Toyota, Maruti. Now from Maruti, say the object is Maruti 800. Say the object is right that. Now that Maruti 800 will be definitely the object of Maruti also and will also be an object of car also, which is that is also, and basically that is why the reason that we are able to access object dot name, object dot surname, object dot year of birth. That is the only reason we are able to do this thing, right? So okay, now we have done somewhat about inheritance, right? So let's just move on to some higher level concepts. Okay, but before that let's try to print S, right? So what it says, year of birth is not defined. Okay, so it should be, sorry, self dot year of birth over here, right? So Rick Harrison was born in 1998. So when I called the object, that is the reason the str method of person is called. Why now it is justified, right? Like when you are printing is instance, so it said true. It's true. That is why it is able to access everything, right? So now let's just give me one exercise to you, a small exercise, right? For that, listen to the exercise, but pause the video, do it yourself and then see the solution, right? So now my basically requirement is that, say there is some class capital A, right? And there you have some method which is test, right? This is one method in test. Now you have another class B that is also having one method test, which is exactly same, signature is same, everything is same, right? Now you have a class C which is inherited from A comma B. Now, what basically thing is that supposedly I want that, no, I want to call it, if I want to call the test method of A, then A should be called. If I want to call test method of B, B should be called, right? Now see, generally what people will do is that they make class A, cool, def test self. Let me just return in class A, right? So then we have a class B. Okay, let me just copy paste it. Control. Okay. So here we have class B. So it also have exactly same, but it has class B, right? Only the body is different. Rest signature is same. Signature same means if I define over here A, then here it should also be A. So that is what is the meaning of same signature, right? Now, what we will do is if I define over here, let's just paste it. So let it be class C, right? And here I'm not writing anything, pass. Now if I make an object of class C, right, and I try to call the test method, okay, we have not inherited it as of now, let's just inherit. Now if I call the test method, see it wrote in class A, right? So but if I now why is it writing class A? Now if I change the sequence and if I do it as B comma A, then it prints in class B. Now, why is it happening is because it just, whenever there is a conflict, whenever there are two functions, right, it will just inherit the function which is basically, you can say, it will, whenever we'll call it, then whatever comes first in a sequence, that is how it will treat it. Now, yeah, one you will think that how it is the inheritance from two classes. It is possible from n number of classes. You can also make some another class D and you can inherit it, right? E. Now, whatever you can think of, you can inherit it from any number of classes. Just like you are there, you have two parents, right? So you have inherited from your two parents, right? But here it is not restricted to two parents, right? You can have any number of parents. That is a bit, you can say, difference. Like you can have 10 parents, 20 parents over here. Now, you just saw that I'm getting in class A, in class B. But I don't want this. I want that if I want for class A, then it should call the test for class A. If I want the class B, then it should return the method for class B. I don't want that whatever is the first, that should only be there, right? So pause the video, think of the solution, how it is possible, and then I'll discuss the answer. Okay. So I hope you paused the video and did it, because if you didn't do that, there's no meaning of, just seeing a solution. Just try it yourself. Now, what we can do over here is that we can try to create an object in a class only, right? Or I can simply write def in it, right? So that whenever the object is created, it should look to it self, right? Simple. Now here I'll create object inside this. Object of A, let it be its OBA, and object for B, OBB, right? So this is an object for class A, and this is object for class B, right? So OBA dot test we can call, sorry, we can call OBA dot test. Then we can call OBB dot test, right? So now if I just made this object, right? So as of now, it's not giving me any output. Let's just remove it. Right, now what I can do is, I can basically, okay, let's just not remove it. Let's keep the init as of now. Okay, just self only, no need. Right, so I can write C dot OBA, right? So it says C has no attribute OBA. Okay, definitely it is not attribute of this class, right? So here as of now I have just given one hint that how to do it. Now again pause the video, right? You have some hint of how to do this, correct? Now just like try to do it and then again see that how is it supposed to be done. Okay, so let's see the solution. I have done nothing, I have just printed it. Right, so that is a benefit of a print, we'll see. Let me just make an object for class C and see. It wrote in class A, in class B. Now, if you want that, oh, no, I don't want to make an object, right? Then what should we do? Then one thing which we can do is that let's just remove init. And now you can see directly it's writing in class A, in class B. Now how this happened, right? No doubt the best way is that you define init, right? That is the better way I can say. But actually what happens is that whenever the definition takes place, right? So the definition happened. So it saw that there is a function. Simple. So whenever it will be called, only when it will, that will be coming into picture. Similarly here, but when it you can say compiled it and was looking for C, then it saw that there is a call for test. Then that will happen. Right. So there are two ways you can do init one, or you can do without. If you want init, this is also can be done, but I'll say init one is better, because we don't want that whenever the class is executed, then only it will get executed, right? Now, okay, proof for that, like whenever the definition happens. Okay, now let's just remove the OBB test, right? Because I just want to see it printed in class B for this, and then, right? So I hope that you are able to know that if you don't do init, then what happens, right? Okay, so this was the requirement which we did. Now let me just give you one more exercise. Like I hope this was a very interesting exercise, right? Now, now there is some another requirement I am talking about. So that was quite like you can say brainstorming. Now this one will be easy, right? Now what I want is that you have a class A, right? And you define some method test over here, right? If you defined it, okay, let me return something like class A. Cool. Then you have some class B, and that you are inheriting from A, right? And here you have some method XYZ, and let it be that it returns anything like class B, right? And then you have some method C, which is deriving from B, and it has a method of PQR. Let me just return class C, right? Now, what my requirement is that you have to call the test, but you can't call the test through class A only. You're supposed to call test through the object of class C. So if we just create the object which is OB is equals to C, right? That's all cool. You can simply do OB dot test. See, it is called. Now through this exercise what I wanted to show you is that now even if like this is just like you can draw analog, like this is car, this is Maruti, and this is Maruti 800, you can see, and then Maruti 800 also had certain objects. So through the object of Maruti 800 we tried to call some method of class car, right? So this basically this level of inheritance is called multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, what happens is that you have A, then you have B, B is child of A, then you have C, C is child of B. Okay, so let me just show you from Google, which is multi-level inheritance, right? So this is called as multi-level inheritance, right? So let's just see the images. See, this is multi-level inheritance, right? There is one class, B is derived from A, C is derived from B. So indirectly, C is also derived from A, right? So that is called, and what we did earlier was multiple inheritance. When we did C, like the previous example which we did, okay, let me just show you multiple inheritance. See, this is multiple inheritance. That there is single class that is derived from more than one parent, right? So the previous example which we did is a multiple inheritance, right? The inheritance ends here, surely. But now we will do just one thing, which is overriding. Now, what is overriding? Let me give you a very quick example. You have some class A, and we have some test method over there, right? Now here we conclude, surely we conclude that inheritance, right? Okay, but we need to know overriding. So we have class B, which is inherited from A, and say I again define the test method over here, and here I wrote class B. Now if I will make an object for class B, right? And I'll call ob.test. Can you just pause the video and think that which test will be called? Will it be of A or will it be of B? Will be of B only, right? So if I also have another class, say C, and that also has a test method, right? And everything is same, only the body is different, right? So don't think that the body is like signature. If I make the signature, in overriding the signature is to be same. Now see, it is derived from C as well. Still, it is basically doing the test of its own, right? This is called overriding. So this basically means that only the child classes object will be child classes method will be used, right? So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.